Hello, hello, and welcome to Arkadium's Daily Crossword Live. I am psyched to be back with you all with a fresh crossword to solve. AJ's already in chat, bringing the good vibes. We got Ladician wishing us a good afternoon. We have Devvox and Amy and Tess in chat. All right, everybody's here. I am psyched to solve a new crossword. We have a hard puzzle loaded today, but if history serves, it's not going to be too hard for you folks. And yeah, Fossil Beth is here saying hey and happy Tuesday. We got Stefano. Tuesday. What's today? No, today's Tuesday. Am I losing it? Yeah, happy Tuesday, everybody. And Rand is here. All right. Got me. And Huge Gill is here. All right. Wow, we got the chat brewing already. Let's see. Today's puzzle has a title. So let's look at it. Vowel Foursomes is the title. It's by Lonnie Burton. I don't recall solving a Lonnie Burton puzzle on the channel before, so I'm excited to give this a try. Vowel Foursomes already gives kind of more of a hint to the theme than we even usually get. Not exactly sure what it means, but we will understand it soon enough. And should we dive in? Oh, AJ says they may be from Australia. So is it Wednesday for some people watching? Is it really late at night? I can't tell. Yeah, Logician is guessing that it's going to be phrases with 4 vowels in a row. That'd be interesting. Wow, Stefano's watching at 2 a.m. on a Wednesday in Australia. Oh my god. That is late. I would tell you to get some sleep, but I want you to stick around with us. Especially since earlier this week, you were like the MVP of the puzzle. And then Devbuck says, is the timer stopped or is it me? Which timer do you mean? AJ says, well, hello, time traveler. Yeah, exactly. Stefano's a time traveler. Okay. So at one across, we have approved of 3 letters. Normally 3-letter entries are easier, but I don't immediately know. I see. AJ has a good guess of okayed. Okayed, spelled like this. Dennis is here saying, hi. Hi, Dennis. Okayed. Yeah, that makes sense. Ledition agrees. Approved of. Let's check the O. Be short. Be short is 1 down. Yeah, and Jessica's here on YouTube also guessing okayed. Rand giving me a question mark, like, I don't know. Logician tends to know, though. Yeah. I think, and Larry Locke is here on YouTube. Welcome, Larry. All right, O looks good for be short. That's like if you're short on cash, you might owe the cashier some money because you're short. I think that's the idea. Yeah. Huge Gill and Fossil Beth and AJ all saying O as well. All right, smooth sailing so far. Aunts and uncles at 2 down, 3 letters starting with a K. What do we got there? And what's this? Yeah, you guys are good. You guys are good. Kin. Huge Gill is writing kin. Great. And Lucy Thompson is here. Welcome. All right, the gang's all together. PlayStation alternative. I'm sure we have some gamers in chat. I'm not much of a gamer myself, but Amy Gal knows that a Wii is a PlayStation alternative. Looking good. And 3 down, research thoroughly. Often these top left corners give us some trouble. I think this one went smoothly, partly because it was mostly comprised of 3-letter entries. Also because you guys are really good at this. Ledition says, yes, we are gamers, but it's things like this. That's a good point. I guess we all are kind of gaming right now. I was thinking more video games, but it's true. Yeah, crosswords are games as well. And we got a bunch of different guesses for 3 down. Research thoroughly. Ledition is saying dissect. Fossil Beth is saying discern. And Dennis is saying diligent. Beth is now saying I like dissect. And AJ says it's too long. Or maybe no, AJ's probably saying something else is too long. All right, maybe we need some crosses then. Maybe we check 17 across. Bread. And 17 might be our first theme answer. I mean, it's a long across entry, so I'm kind of expecting it to be a theme answer. Hello, Lucy on YouTube. Okay, people like dissect, so let's put it. Dissect. There it is. And we have bread at 17 across. Kind of a vague clue. Could kind of be a lot of things. What do we think? I see. Ledition is giving me some answers. Huh. Yeah, Tess likes what Ledition is throwing out there, so let's try that. Engendered. Yeah, bred and engendered. Wow, it fits. Nice work. I guess like engendered a collaborative environment, bred a collaborative environment. I suppose they are synonyms. Yeah, and Venkat is saying dig into would be the crossing down. Yeah, that looks right. Research thoroughly, dig into. None of us saw that when we just had the DI in place, but with the G, that does make a lot of sense. And Logician is pointing out, okay, great. We're already on a roll here, because if you're just joining us, the title of today's puzzle is Vowel Foursomes, and Logician points out that Engendered, our first theme answer, has the letter E 4 times. It is 4 E's. So I'm wondering, actually, if we're going to get 4 A's in one of the themers, 4 I's in another one, etc. That might be our theme today. Yeah, Beth is like, wow, good job already. I know. Yeah, we're crushing already. 6th century midpoint at 20 across. 6th century midpoint. Okay, it seems like Deadbug says was trying to play from my boat, but not good Wi-Fi. Your boat? Tell me more. Are you out on the water right now? Yeah, Stefano remembering that very recently we had a puzzle where all the theme answers had 6 E's in them. This one only has 4. Wow. Yeah, you're right. Was that the one that you were the MVP on? We had Evergreen Tree, we had, trying to remember the other themers that day. So 6th century midpoint is struggling a little bit with this I. I mean, it's probably Roman numerals, and I is a Roman numeral. 6th century, everyone hates Roman numerals, except for me. I kind of like them. 6th century is going to be the 500s, so it should start with 500. Yeah, Logician's saying that maybe it's a DLI would be 551, and that is a 6th century midpoint. Let's see. Larry Locke saying ILV. I think that would. I'm not even sure that if that's a valid Roman numeral. And this is our 3rd time we have to correct this answer. Dig deep. Oh yeah, Jeepers Creepers. Huge Gill is reminding Jeepers Creepers. That was a really good one, and I think Stefano got that one. Dig deep. Research thoroughly. Nice. Okay. Things are finally starting to come together. Prefix like pan. So pan as a prefix means all, I guess. Omni, nice, Beth, yeah. Omni, like omnipotent, omniscient. And pan also means all, like, I guess panacea is a cure-all. AJ got that, and Rand and Lucy and Venkat, nice. Everyone's on the same page. Sitcom stock character. Sitcom stock character. And we have boiling state. Nice, yeah. Beth and Lucy saying dad. Yeah, that's pretty classic. Thinking Homer Simpson. Ray Romano. We got boiling state and 4 across. Yeah, AJ says dad is smart. Yeah, not the easiest clue for dad. I kind of like it, though. Keats and Shelley. Deadfox says, found my way to Twitch, but my username forever was not available. Had to add the 1. Okay. I see it as Devvox1. Amy Gal and Rand saying odists. Keats and Shelley are odists. Nice. People who write odes, the poems. And Stefano, our one-time MVP, saying ire for boiling state. Yeah, boiling, like boiling mad. Not the easiest. Cross of Desperate Housewives. Okay. I watched a couple episodes of Desperate Housewives back when it was first on. I remember Terry Hatcher and I remember Ava Longoria. I'm not sure I remember this. Do you guys remember this person? Amy and Logician seem to. Is she the one with red hair? Marcia Cross. And Rand is spelling it like this. So, although that SSR looks a little weird. Yeah, Jessica is also saying Marcia Cross. And we got Crossword Fiend back saying Marcia. Okay, so we'll spell it like this. Looks good. And out of here. Beth Quick with Scram. Yeah. Get out of here. Scram. Lucy says not a Desperate Housewives fan. Fair enough. I only watched a little bit. I mean, I remember Ava Longoria got pretty big for a while from that. And Lucy Thompson on Facebook also getting Scram. Nice work. Love the collaboration. Hindered. And then Devvox is confirming that she likes the CIA spelling, not the SHA spelling. Devvox from her boat. Tied up. Yeah, Lucy and Jessica saying that hindered is tied up. Gil and AJ agree. Nice. And get ready to ride, maybe. Get ready to ride, maybe. What do we think? Devbox says loved it. Do you mean Desperate Housewives? You loved the show? It was a huge phenomenon for a while. All right, a lot of people, Beth and Tess and Rand and Lucy, all saying saddle. Stefano and Lucy Thompson as well. Yes, saddle. Like you got on a horse, you're ready to ride. Jessica and AJ like it. Gil likes it. Cool. Should we look at 25 across? I see a U. I'm wondering if that means we're going to get 4 U's. Turbulent. AJ giving Lucy props for being so fast. Yeah. This is looking good. Okay. Venkat and Amy writing tumultuous. Tumultuous. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 U's. So I think we do have the theme right out of the gate here. 4 E's in engendered and 4 U's in tumultuous, which means I am expecting I, A, and O to appear. I wonder if we'll get 4 Y's somewhere, but Y is only sometimes a vowel, so they wouldn't be obligated. All right, cool. Appends. Yeah. Amy writes adds to. What's this gonna end in TU? That's a little... Logician writes Leonard Skinnerd has 4 Y's. The band that's, yeah, stylized with all those Y's. That would be awesome. That's a great crossword entry, by the way. Crossword just around that entry. You're giving me ideas. But there are no 13-letter entries in the grid. Fair enough. Yeah, Leonard Skinner would be great. All right, type of pair. Oh, do we have an issue? Yeah, Jessica's saying we have an issue because an Anju is a type of pair, and so adds to must be incorrect somehow. Adds on, easy enough fix. Adds on, yeah. And let's check the J. Mrs. Will Smith. Okay, I definitely know this one. This is even more modern pop culture than Desperate Housewives. Dennis knows his pairs. Yeah, Jada Pinkett Smith. Are we talking the slap today, or is it too controversial? Nurayev, negative. Nurayev? Is that how you would say this? I'm not sure if this is a place or a person, but it probably is something about how to say no in whatever language Narayev comes from. Does that make sense? Logician pointing out that Jada married him in the late 90s, so it's not exactly modern pop culture. However, they are still married, and I think still in the tabloids, more so than Desperate Housewives. So I would argue that Jada and Will are still modern pop culture. So, okay, yeah, Beth registering 2 guesses, Nada. But yeah, Nada, I see. Yeah, Niet is probably a little better. Jessica says, poor Will. Why poor Will? Now you're dragging me into this conversation that I started. I disagree, poor Will. Gil is like, talk the slap. AJ's like, the slap will always be iconic. Lucy says Will deserves better. I can't believe how many Will advocates are in this chat. No, my view is that the slap was unacceptable. And it was just, I lost a lot of respect for Will Smith that day. Gil says Will gets the boot, yeah. Letter resembling H. Letter resembling H. Logician says it makes for ratings, though. Yeah, I guess, but is that really how we want to be getting ratings? Shania's here! Yay! Shania's on YouTube. Welcome. Welcome, Shania. These are never the same without you. Rand writes Ada, and Jessica as well. Yeah, often this is clued via ETA, estimated time of arrival, but today it's clued via the Greek letter, and it's only a capital Ada that looks like an H. Lowercase Ada does not resemble other letters. Yay, Shania's here. Flashlight bulb successor abbreviation. And Julie's here. Oh, wow, the whole gang is back. Love to see it. Appreciate you guys migrating from the usual TikTok location. We have some hope that we'll be back on TikTok tomorrow. Nothing's guaranteed, but we'll be streaming either way. Yeah, LED, as AJ and Lucy and Jessica all recommend. LED is another type of bulb that I guess came after the flashlight bulb. Looking good. Shania coming in with our ever useful facts. Light emitting diode. Fully up to it. Fully up to it. Stefano says, I prefer TikTok. Understandable. You might want to try Twitch. I think people who have moved there have enjoyed the... Here, I'll put the link in chat. If you want to check us out on Twitch, you might prefer the layout there. Able, says Jilly. Fully up to it. I am able. I am ready to solve this crossword. And AJ saying, by a nose, just barely. You win by a nose. Sweet. Shania always doxing my father on stream. 30 Rock inspiration for short. Yeah, Shania likes by a nose. 30 Rock inspiration for short. Stefano says, I don't like Twitch. All right, fair enough. Yeah, Beth says SNL, and Jessica giving me the nose emojis, which I always appreciate. Jillian and Lucy all saying SNL. So 30 Rock inspiration, I'm trying to understand this clue. 30 Rock is obviously sitcom, so SNL inspired 30 Rock? Is that what we're being told? Cycle starter. Cycle starter. Yes, SNL Saturday Night Live. Beth writes uni. And Huge Gillen Logician agree. Unicycle. Looks good. Road warning. Road warning. Why can't I see this? Yeah, okay, so 30 Rockefeller is the home of SNL. Ah, I see. Oh, Pipita says 30 Rock is about an SNL-esque show. I might have missed that fact. I never really watched 30 Rock, So I didn't appreciate that it was about a variety show like SNL. Shania giving my dad some ups. Venkat writes slow for road warning. Not the easiest clue. I was wondering what three-letter SLO. Yes, slow. And you might have it stylized like that in a traffic sign. End of a kindergarten song. Looks bizarre, but I think I can make sense of it. It looks like we have an error in the grid, but I don't think we do. Yeah, Tess saying E-I-E-I-O. This is almost like a revealer for this theme, isn't it? I feel like they could have had A-E-I-O-U in the grid somewhere and made it a little revealing phrase. But yeah, E-I-E-I-O. Oh, Old MacDonald had a farm, exactly. According to at 31 across, and that's going to cross flows copiously. Crossword Fiend says, Gil is our dad now. Yes. He can be the Daily Crossword dad. Shania says, I'd like to buy a vowel, please, Jack. Yeah, well, you're going to have to pay up a lot in this puzzle. 4 times for every theme answer. Lucy Thompson on Facebook writes streams, flows copiously, streams. And that gives us, according to is per, yeah. Great. Now my dad is on both channels, on YouTube and on Twitch. Actor Kinnear. Where do we slot Kinnear on the chronology of pop culture? I would say he's still quite relevant. Greg Kinnear. Looks good. Shania, yeah, RSTLNE are your starting letters in the bonus round. I've watched Wheel of Fortune forever and made mental dollars into the billions. That's great. Painter from Crete. Painter from Crete. Amy's like, I don't know. Yeah. I think, who does know? Fossil Beth knows. Yeah, El Greco. Fits nicely. El Greco is a famous painter. Getting some, and Larry Locke got it as well. Nice. Fax glitch for short. Fax glitch for short. All right, Ledition looking ahead. No, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Hold your horses. We'll get there. Fax glitch for short. Paper jam, says PP Ta. Oh, it doesn't fit. I like that, but it doesn't fit. Because, yeah, fax machine can definitely get a paper jam. There's 1 letter shy. Anyone have ideas for this, or should we move on? Maybe we pass? Test says something error. That is interesting. It's always hard to know where exactly to parse these. Something error? Okay, I guess we look at 23 down. Out of here. Amy Gal's like, fax was before my time. Yeah, me too. Overrun. It does fit, but I'm not sure I understand it as a fax glitch. Out of here. Didn't we have out of here? Yes, scram. Okay, we have two times the puzzle's telling us to get lost. I guess it could be, we have a bunch of good guesses in chat. It could be get, like get out of here. It could be get, which sometimes people say it like that. And some people even writing gotta go, like I'm out of here, gotta go. So, unfortunately, that did not help sort out 29 across. Still a total mystery. Pop artist Liechtenstein. This one, I'll bet people know. Okay, Stefano guessing IO error. Lucy saying IT error. A lot of really nice guesses. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Shania likes IO error as well, and it does work with Gil's guess of Roy Lichtenstein. He's the one who made art that looked kind of comic booky. If you don't know him, you would recognize his work if you Googled. Wow, so is it really IO error? Stefano, how'd you get that? IO error, like input-output error. Wow. Lucy likes it. Lucy's excited about it. And then that works with Git, which was one of our 3 guesses for 23 down. And we already see kind of the formation of a word here. Shania says almost like an Andy Warhol, a little bit, but I would say their styles are actually pretty different. And AJ's trying out Twitch. Had to come check it out. Let me know what you think of it. Box once used by printers. What is with all this old tech in this section? Fossilbeth says, is Git also used as an insult over in the US? No, I wouldn't say so. Is Git an insult in the UK? Like you call someone a Git? What does it mean? Venkat says, typesets. Oh, I'm so sorry. Something just distracted me. Typesets? Git is used as an insult here. What does it mean? Okay, we're putting typesets in. Bear in the sky. Okay, I know what this one has to be, and typesets is not going to work. RF would be weird. Yeah, RS, I think AJ means typecast. What is this? What's going on here? Let's work with what we know. We all feel good about Ursa. Ursa is how you say bear in Latin, and Ursa Major and Ursa Minor are the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper in the sky. That's why it's bear in the sky. We're all happy with that. And then perfectly. Yeah, Larry and AJ and Jillial and Shania all saying Ursa. We've perfectly at 25 down. And what about 30 down? Former Indianapolis Stadium. Oh, a lot of outdated stuff in this section. We have fax machines, we got once used by printers, and we have a former stadium. Okay. Oh, Stefano was saying he wasn't trying to say typecast, he was trying to say typecase. Typecase? AJ giving me to a T. Done to a T means perfectly. Okay. And then, has anyone guessed for former Indianapolis Stadium? Do we know what this is? Where's Scav when you need him? He's my resident sports guy. Typecase. RCA Dome, says Ledition. RCA Dome. And Jessica is agreeing. Okay. So did they rename RCA Dome or did they demolish it? And let's finally just check the E, because I need all crosses for 33. Printer's widths. Wow, more printing terminology. This is a weird little mini theme we got over here in this section. AJ says I'm from Indianapolis and I still have no clue. Wow. Okay, yeah, and Shania and Logician has been saying for a while that a 2-hold craft at 37 will be a catamaran. And I think the reason they were able to see this ahead is because we know we are looking for 4 of the same vowel in every themer, and catamaran has 4 A's in it. Very nice. And that's giving us printer's widths. It could have been N's or M's. They use these letters to measure widths, like an M dash and an N dash. Turns out this time it was M's, and it was a typecase. Box once used by printers. Does anyone know what exactly a typecase is? This is a little bit before my time. AJ says I'm ashamed for not knowing RCA Dome. Don't worry, AJ. I don't know the sports things about my cities either, so you're forgiven. Shania is saying RCA Dome was home to the Colts. Jessica says it was demolished, I believe. And AJ says I'm ashamed. Tess says catamaran is very impressive. Yeah, I think Logician was saying that well ahead. Tumultuous has 4 U's. Yeah, Shania pointing out definitely that's one of the themers. Okay. What do we have here? To boot. Yeah, Lucy, Jilly, and Beth all saying also is to boot. Looking good. Looking good. Okay, what is Shania saying? Assign repeatedly to the same type of role. Huh. Okay. Getting distracted by chat is going fast. Destruction, kind of like the RCA dome, was ruined, Jessica believes. Oh, you're defining typecast, but no, that was not the answer. The answer is typecase. It was a box that they put the letters in for printing. I see. So like movable type, those actual metal stamp-like things, and they would keep them in a type case. Man, tough section. Compartmental tray for storing a printer's type. And credits Google. Okay. You know, normally these hard crosswords are hard because of the clues rather than the entries. But I feel like in this section was hard because of the entries. IO error, right on top of typecase. Git had a bunch of answers. RCA dome is outdated. To a T was kind of hard to parse. That was a tough section. Rand and Lucy say slumping. If you're on a losing streak, you're slumping. That looks good. No slumpers here. We are all on our A game. Hyannis entree. Okay. I happen to know where Hyannis is. I believe it's in Massachusetts. I lived in Massachusetts for many years. The entree, though. Yeah, Huge Gill is like, we're doing good, though. I agree. Yeah, tough section, but we made it through. I like a little resistance in my crossword. But Beth has no idea what they eat in Hyannis. You know, I forgive you, Beth. Did we ever get to the bottom, by the way? What does git mean when you call someone? Am I, like, cursing right now to my British audience by calling people gits? I don't mean to. Amy Gal says this is absolutely not a puzzle I could have done on my own. Well, that's good. I like when we get together and we are more than the sum of our parts. AJ's like, what is scrod? Scrod is a type of fish. I know Massachusetts is a big cod state, but scrod, I'm just gonna have to take the puzzle's word for it. Okay. Yeah, Logician saying git is a slang term for scram or shoe, but I think Beth was trying to tell me that it's actually an insult in the UK. NL Central Team. NL Central Team. Jessica found my fish emojis. Are those scrod, though? Lucy says git is hard to define, but Google says a silly, incompetent, or annoying person, often a man. I see. So you kind of write someone off like, oh, he's just a git, he doesn't know. Fool, annoying person. Hobbs, new username on YouTube. Pretty soft insult, to be fair. Can't really define it. Just know when to use it. Okay. Understood. I like learning slang. Stefano and Larry both say St. Louis. Devbox says all Atlantic fish over here. Yeah, well, Devbox is on a boat. Are you on the Atlantic or the Pacific right now, or somewhere else? Organization chart topper. If someone messes something up, you could call them a git. Okay. Unpleasant or contemptible person. Got it. Thank you. Tess and Amy saying a CEO would top an org chart. Yeah, that looks right. Leads in cups. Yeah, Dennis and Larry and AJ got CEO as well. AJ, what's the verdict on Twitch versus YouTube? Ah, T, very nice. Leaves in cups. This very misdirection gets me every time. Like, leaves in hot water is a clue for tea sometimes. And I always think of leaves like leaving behind, but no, it's literal tea leaves. Shania says Andy Byron, the CEO of Coldplay, is a git. Yeah, referring to hot off the press pop culture of that CEO that got caught having an affair at a Coldplay concert. And so he's a git. Okay, pit crew patient. Arkadium's like, Shania, what would we do without you? I know. We'd be lost without Shania. Okay. Oh, Devox is in Massachusetts. On a pond, but near the Atlantic. Okay. Are there scrod in that pond? Okay, catching up. Everyone's saying race car. Sorry. Yeah, catching up. Race car. Pit crew patient. I like that clue. Race car, also a palindrome. While we're doing wordplay, might as well point that out. And 52, yeah, locomotion. Shania getting frustrated with me. All right, Shania, I get it. There's a lot going on in chat. Self-propulsion is locomotion, and of course it has 4 O's, which we would expect. So the only thing missing is a 4I entry, I believe. I'm expecting 60 across will have 4 I's. Somehow I'm sure Ledition already knows what 60 across is, even though we haven't even looked at the clue. Apparent. Apparent. Yeah, Jessica giving me the vroom vroom car emojis. What do we got? Apparent. Yeah, Tess says overt. That looks great. Well done. Overt. Let's polish off this little section before we see what the V got us. Stand up to. Debfox says no, but I catch bass and trout in the pond. Very nice. It's so fun that you're watching from a boat right now. Yeah, Jilly writes face. If you stand up to your enemy or your fears, you face them. And we got Nitish back on YouTube. Welcome. FM station regulator. Okay. FM is shortened, so the answer is likely shortened in one way or another. And we might as well look at the other one too. Light dawning cry. Yeah, Rand says FCC. The FCC, I think, regulates radio, basically, and other types of communication. That's what one of the C's stands for, communication. And Amy out saying, aha, light dawning cry. I like that. It's like a light bulb went off, you say aha. Venkat is asking Devvox if the trout is good in Massachusetts, and says that he fly fishes. Okay, Burnabit was char, and e-shopping convenience is a cart. Kind of a strange clue. I would think all carts are not specific to e-shopping, but fair enough. Less lopsided. Less lopsided. What do we got? Yeah, Amy and Ledition and Beth all saying evener. I think Jessica giving me char for the burn a bit, giving me fire emojis. Even or less lopsided. Yeah, that works. But yeah, Beth is like, it doesn't feel like a real word. And Amy's like, that felt so wrong to type. Yeah, it's giving me those same vibes. I would never say even, or I would say more even. Chanter's syllables. Chanter's syllables. I see. AJ and Ledition saying ohms. I guess when you meditate, you sometimes say om. Oh, Jilly wrote Olay, which was a good guess as well. Lucy got ohms. One of California's Santas. Not Santa Claus. Yeah. Beth and Amy. Gil giving me the long om. Yes, let's all take a meditative moment. But Amy and Ledition and AJ all saying Monica. Ooh, and Jessica found meditating emojis. Shania also wrote Monica. Larry says Monaco, which is a place, but Santa Monica is the place, city in California. And you know what I like about Santa Monica? It has an I right where we expect one. 60 across should have 4 I's in it. Let's look at it. Prepare for use as a disk drive. And we're expecting 4 I's in this answer. We've already got one of them. Prepare for use as a disk drive. It also feels so like old technology. It's a weird leaning that this puzzle has. And Miguel says initial ID. Very interesting idea. I don't think it's going to fit, though. Initial ID. Yeah, we're one short. Initialize, says Amy Gal. Initialize. That fits. Oh, so initial ID was maybe just a typo? Initialize. Wow, prepare for use as a disk drive. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. There they are. I like it. Initialize. My dad is impressed, so kudos to you, Amy. Transcription pros. Let's start checking these letters in initialize and confirm Amy's genius. Lucy's like, initialize is so smart. It was a really good catch. Ledition and Tess saying stenos. Beth is like, I would have needed a lot more letters. Yeah, it was tough with just the first I. Stenos is short for stenographers. These are people who type what you're saying in real time. Yeah, and Shania underscoring the theme that we have all 5 vowels represented 4 times each. Engendered has 4 E's, tumultuous has 4 U's, catamaran has 4 A's, locomotion has 4 O's, and initialize has 4 I's. Very nice. From Galway. Do we have anyone? We have some, someone in chat is Irish, right? I don't know if you're from Galway. I've been to Galway, really enjoyed my time there. Quirky Habit, 61 down. Quirky Habit. Amy Gal says, I'm Irish, but not from Galway. Okay. Where are you from, if you don't mind me asking? Gil says, tick. Jessica giving me the 4-leaf clover emoji. Yeah, tick is a quirky habit. Let's check the cross. Trig function. I know everyone loves a math clue now and then. Trig function. We got most of the letters in place, so even if you haven't thought about trigonometry since high school, I'll bet you know this. Yeah, Tess and Beth and Ledition saying cosine. Looking good. Sine, cosine, tangent. Pig poke filler. Larry and Shania writing in cosine. Everyone remembers their cosine. Yeah. Amy's saying inna. Pig in a poke is a phrase. Gil reminding us of Sokotoa. Yeah, the mnemonic for remembering all the triangle rules. Yeah, pig in a poke. I think a pig in a poke is like when you dress something up to make it look more valuable than it actually is. Arkadium's like, I remember Sokotoa. Shania says, I was a huge fan of trig in school. Yeah, me too. I also really excelled in polynomials. Good for you, Shania. Logician says Sokotoa will not be in a puzzle. Why? It could be. Oh, I almost read this as refuse holder, but it's probably refuse holder, and it's looking like ashcan, as Jilly points out. Nice. Ashcan is a refuse holder. What is this? A Normandy city. All right, geography buffs. What letter goes here? What do we think? Shania says, I want a cryptic crossword. We'll do one soon, I promise. Stefano's like, I think we need harder crosswords. Everyone's on the ball today. I know, you guys are really good that it's almost hard to find crosswords that are hard enough. All right. Con, Normandy City. AJ says Scav is missed. Okay, you know what we could do? DuPont in DC. There is one crossword that Arkadium puts out called the Saturday Stumper, and it is renowned in the crossword world as being brutally hard. Like, one of the hardest crossword, I think the hardest regular crossword in all of crosswords. And we have never done one on stream because, frankly, I think they're too hard. But we could try it if people are really craving something harder. Endangered. And Miguel's like, ooh, I want to try it. Logician says, yeah, Newsday on Saturday is hard. That's the one I'm talking about. You can get that crossword at Arkadium. Shania says, let's go. Saturday, let's freaking do it. Logician says New York Times on Saturday. No, it's much harder than the New York Times Saturday. Much harder. Lucy wants to do it too. Okay, here's the thing. If we're back on TikTok tomorrow, then I kind of want to do a normal stream, just to get the wheels rolling again. If we're not back on TikTok, we'll definitely do a Saturday Stumper. And either way, we will do a Saturday Stumper soon on stream. Just because you guys are specifically wanting it. But be careful what you wish for. They're like brutally hard. Argentine affirmative. Tess says, si, senor. Si, senor. AJ's like, do we really need to be humbled? Yeah, I know. I mean, people are begging for it. I have only solved Saturday Stumpers a couple times in my life, and they're the type of thing where I have to sit down with them multiple days in a row. College seniors test. Shai says, I did a Saturday Stumper last weekend. Did you, how did it go? GRE, yeah. Logician's like, I did them in a few minutes. Yeah. Well, Logician, we can't all be as good as you. Longer than New York Times, usually. How are you so good? Tess is like, I want our spirit crushed. Please do it. Bunch of masochists in chat. Show approval. Nod. Looks good. What awakenings may be. Beth is like, show us how good we have it now. Make us regret asking. Yeah, rude. Pipita is saying, rude. Awakenings can be rude. Did we forget this one, DuPont in DC? Apologies if I missed it. But we can also get it via downs. Accustoming to. This is kind of like evener. I would never say the word accustoming. Yeah, sir is DuPont, 57 across. DuPont circle, short for circle. And Gil says inuring. Yeah, accustoming to is inuring. All right, only 4 cells left. Very smooth. We'll check the Z. Chaotic situation. 3 letters, starting with a Z. And we're very much in the home stretch here. Yeah, my Twitch crew is saying zoo. Lucy got it as well. Metaphor for a chaotic situation. All right, maybe I built up the Saturday Stumper too much because Shania is saying it was semi-hard. I actually think it's the hardest regular crossword that gets put out. Alias for short. Alias for short. Yeah, Tess and Amy writing nom, like nom de plume is a pen name. Lucy got that as well, nice. And 911 responder crossing fooled. We only have 1 letter left in this puzzle. What's it going to be? 911 responder. Beth saying that's going to be an EMT. And if you fooled someone, you got them. And Tess already given me the drum roll. We're putting in the T. Did we earn confetti today? Here we go. Yes, nice work. Very good job, everybody. Very fun. Very fun. Please join us again tomorrow. I'll be back at time, noon Eastern. And here's the deal. If we're not back on TikTok tomorrow, I'll do a Saturday Stumper. And I really need you guys there because they're hard. If we are back on TikTok, I just want the first day back to be a normal stream. And so I'll put off the Saturday Stumper for another time. But either way, I do hope you join me tomorrow at noon Eastern. In the meantime, please check out Arkadium.com. They put out awesome crosswords like this one, lots of other games as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. I had a really good time, as usual. Take care, everybody. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.